My report is called Engaging Whole Systems for Positive Change. It is our individual method mind map assignment for class ORGD 6015X, summer of 2017. Most of my material and learning for this report came from the Change Handbook by Peggy Holan, Tom Devane, and Stephen Cady. As the table of contents shows, the report is laid out as follows: introduction, process, affinity diagram steps, mind map, application, conclusion, including action learning debrief, and references. The introduction. Whole system collaboration and change involves a plethora of possible methods available for any interested and committed organization or community to change whole systems effectively. Whole systems collaboration and change enables organizations to more effectively utilize people's time and effort to solve problems. This slide presentation will introduce you to 8 methods of change and how their patterns and themes fit into the 6 elements. There was a lot of dissecting and regrouping of information during this project, which led to an awesome visual learning experience for me. I hope you will enjoy it as well. Let's get started. The process. The 3 whole system collaboration and change methods I chose were: number 1, playback theater. My stepson is a Broadway actor, and since I've known him, I've learned a lot about the arts and how powerful they can be. I had never heard of playback theater up until this point, but after learning about it, I think it's a wonderful way for people to become engaged and have a closer relationship and a better understanding of each other in a unique setting. Number 2 is rapid results. I chose rapid results because in today's world, it seems as if everyone is always in a hurry for jump-starting major change events, and it is results-oriented. Number 3 was online environment. Experiencing an online environment is definitely a learning experience. I personally have learned an unbelievable amount of new technology in the few months we've been in this program. The software has included ways to get connected to each other as well as ways to store and share information. With increased globalization, this is an excellent area to study and learn more about its many uses. The other 5 assigned methods are appreciative inquiry, which is one of my favorites, future search, open space, graphic facilitation, and charrettes. The affinity diagram. This is step 1, or the beginning of my affinity diagram. This process consisted of making a sticky note for each unique idea or theme for each of the 8 target methods. Excuse me. Step 2 of the affinity diagram consisted of organizing the data into the 6 element categories. The elements, as you can see on the slide, are system, purpose, journey, evidence, principles or values, language or model. The system element describes concepts, people, organizations, or other things that work together to accomplish something, or the who. The purpose. This element is related to the purpose and the outcome of the methodology. The purpose is also the value added, or the case you make to sell this particular system. The main question is, what is the purpose to do this, or why are we doing this? Journey. The journey element is simply the steps or actions that are taken and or how much time is required to perform the method. Evidence. The evidence element is how the theories are described. Are there examples or background success stories for this method? The principles or values. A good description of this is to describe the ways in which we act and interact with each other. What are the simple rules and or core beliefs involved? Language or model. The language should describe the method using key phrases or visuals that most people can understand. This is a copy of my mind map diagram. It really took a lot of my mind to come up with it. The affinity diagram flows into the mind map by categorizing each of the patterns or themes with the 6 elements in the mind map. Application. Application of the affinity diagram in mind mapping can be very useful when an OD practitioner wants or needs to dig deep into a large amount of data or ideas. These methods break down the data and allow it to be resorted and analyzed to the point where your thinking about certain things could totally change from what your original thoughts on the subject were. Affinity diagrams provide a natural grouping of things that are related. For the mind mapping, you take those groups and you break them out and slide into other categories. For us, it was the 6 elements. Conclusion and action learning debrief. This assignment was very detailed and very involved. There was a lot of new information to learn. There was also a lot of new technology to be learned, at least by me. My brain has been unfrozen and sufficiently stretched. I struggled with this project, I thought, primarily because of time restraints being on vacation. I lost an entire week while on vacation. I'm sure this has had effect on the quality of my work and having to submit it in such a short time frame, but I think I have made up for that absence and put a ton of time into it. And like it sounds like everybody was, it was very tough in the beginning, and I questioned my ability to be creative, and I questioned my ability to actually be able to understand this project. But you were totally right. You just had to get it done, and the more you dissected, the more it made sense. So I really did learn a lot on this project. I actually enjoyed dissecting the data from the 8 target methods. And the last slide is just the reference page. Basically, I've used only the textbook, the change handbook. Thank you very much.